Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sunkara. So, yesterday I have given a brief introduction regarding the Consumer Protection Act. Right? In that I told you that the new Act 2019, it gives a provision for the alternative dispute resolution, that is mediation. So according to section 89 of the Code of Civil Procedure, whenever a suit is brought before the court, if the court is of opinion that this case can be decided through alternative dispute resolution, instead of going on the continuous process of adjournments, decision after a long while. So instead of that, if alternative dispute resolution like arbitration, conciliation or mediation takes place, the issue can be settled very easily. The case can be disposed of within a short time. That is the purpose of section 89, ADR or your legal service authority, Lok Adalat, all these things are for that purpose only. So this act, Consumer Protection Act 2019, envisages a provision, that is section 74, for the initiation of the mediation. So if at all anybody files a consumer case, yes, if there is a mediator, he can try to bring both the parties to an agreement and he can settle the issue. This provision is a newly added provision, section 2000 in the Act of 2019. But what about the practical thing? How many mediation centers are there? How many authorities are there? How many NGOs have been appointed as mediators? How many qualified persons have been appointed as mediators? So almost we find next to zero or very little, we can say. In some case states it is there. So therefore the Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court of India has taken it as a suo motu case. So you can refer the case as inaction of the government in appointing the president and members as well as the staff of the district and state consumer disputes redressal commission and inadequate infrastructure across India versus Union of India. So by view of its lengthy title, you can be able to understand that so far the so-called mediation centers have not been started in the entire India. So what is the purpose of enacting the Act? Consumer Protection Act 2019 has come into force on August 8th of 2019, if I am correct. So till 2022, already 3 years have been passed. If the mediation centers have not been started, what is the purpose of passing the Act? So you must, when you pass an act, for its enforcement, you must act in a letter and spirit. Otherwise, this is the problem. Right? So clearly, Supreme Court now gives direction to all the member states, to set up mediation cells or mediation centers, and also enable the e-filing system for the district and state commission also. So yesterday again a beautiful lecture that the new act envisages electronic filing also. But practically now you can understand that the real position. Right? Please remember, in this connection, the Honorable Supreme Court of India, the Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and M.M. Sundaresh, so they passed the directions actually on a bill number, I think SMW number 2 by 2021. This is SMWD. They have written, I don't know which type of bill. So you can see the citation in Live Law 2022, Supreme Court 371. Right? So a bill was filed challenging the inaction of the governments in appointing the president, members and staff of the mediation cells. So across the country, you may be knowing there are district forums, state commissions, national commissions. In all these things, you have to establish the so-called mediation cells. But so far, the initiation on the parts of the state is next to none. Particularly, they have commented very badly on the Kerala state. Right. In this connection, the Supreme Court actually sought the services of the amicus curiae, Mr. Gopal Shankar Narayanan. So he pointed out that the infrastructural deficiencies were flagged for the respective states. right? So many difficulties there. It's not that easy. Come on, if you start a mediation center, you cannot appoint A, B and C and tell them as mediation member. They should be qualified. Is it not? There are some definitely restrictions also. So please remember, section 2074 is the proper section of the Consumer Protection Act 2019, which says that mediation cells have to be opened, right? So Kerala is not at all implementing. So no mediation cell has been opened in Kerala. Of course, when you ask them, they are also giving their reasons. Is it not? You have to hear both sides. What are the reasons? Number one, lack of suitability of the candidates. So candidates are not suitable candidates are not available. Why? Suppose if it is an arbitration case, yes, in you can put forth the matter before the arbitrator and you have to await for the judgment. He will give the judgment. That's all. Whereas mediation, the mediator means the conciliator or mediator should be able to make both parties come to the compromise. That is the problem. So lack of suitable candidates. Second point, absence of qualified persons. Definitely judicial members should be there. So absence of qualified member. And pay and allowance is not adequate even though they appoint them. Suppose if my last salary is fixed at 50,000 or so, I will not act for 35,000. Should be more or at least 50,000. So that is another problem. Pay and allowance is not adequate. Retired officers ఉంటారు. ఆఫీసర్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు లాస్ట్ పే ఎంత అయితే తీసుకున్నారో దానికన్నా ఎక్కువ లేదా అదైనా ప్రొటెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి కానీ తక్కువ రేట్కి ఎవరు చేయరు. దిస్ అనదర్ ప్రాబ్లం. ఇంపెడిమెంట్స్ ఇవన్నీ, రైట్? సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్, బట్ యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ద స్టెప్పింగ్ స్టోన్. మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. ద స్టేట్స్ ఆర్ డైరెక్టెడ్ to start mediation cells and the matter is posted to 26/7/2022. 3 months time has been given by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. At the same time, Supreme Court of India directed the e-filing also should be encouraged by the advocates by the district forums. Normally district forums, we follow the age-old traditional practices. So the chance should be given for the e-filing also. So these are the directions in this particular case by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Please remember section 774 and definitely you will be enriched with a legal knowledge, particularly on this consumer fora. Thank you very much.